Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Gen X Fusion here, giving you another live stream. We'll be doing No Man's Sky. I hope that you all are having a wonderful weekend and that things are going well. And I hope you're having a great New Year so far. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get through housekeeping and then we'll get started right away. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, I'd like to invite you to join my YouTube's community and subscribe. And also, if it's possible, if you like the content, please like the video as well. I do live streams every Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Pacific United States time. And the reason why I do these live streams is that I like to, one, I love playing games and I like to provide a my viewers with a safe environment to be able to watch some videos of some gameplay, for them to be able to interact with each other, and just overall just to be able to have a great place that's safe to be able to chat and interact with each other. Now, um, I am I do my channel is it is an adult channel. In other words, that mostly adults usually watch this. Although I do have a small demographic of minors that like to watch the gameplay, so I do ask that my more mature viewers uh, please make sure that you make the environment safe for our younger viewers. So with that, let's go ahead and let's get started. So, like I said, I'm playing No Man's Sky, and I'm going to go through a few things just to show everybody around and everything. So, right now I'm on my ship, and I think the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to show everybody what it is that I do when it comes to salvaging. Um, when it comes to salvaging materials for my ship. This is how I can find parts for my ship. So as you can see, I just exited my ship. This is my transporter beam, like Star Trek. And my ship, as you can see, is way up there, right? So what I want to do is I want to use my scanner to look around for something that kind of looks like a Wi-Fi symbol. And once I find one, I zero in on that because that's where this technology is located. There we go. Salvage container. Okay. Ooh, that's pretty far away, isn't it? Yeah, that looks pretty far away. So I highlight it and log it in. And because it looks like it's quite a distance, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon one of my vehicles over to be able to try to traverse this thing. So what I am going to do is I'm going over here to my exocraft summoning station, and I'm going to plant it right here, like so. There you go. And I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to summon. I think I'm going to summon my Minotaur because just in case I encounter anything that might be, I guess you could say, kind of tough to fight. So we'll go ahead and summon my Minotaur mech. There we go. And then I'm going to come over to this and the exocraft station and bring it back now that I got my Minotaur summoned. And we're going to go ahead out. So here we go. Now, for the most part, this place is pretty much, I guess you could say it's pretty deserted. There isn't really any life here, so it's pretty safe, you know. And because of that, probably what I should have did is I probably should have just summoned my buggy. My buggy is a lot faster than this. Maybe I'll use my buggy as we look for the next one. But first off, here's what I can do. I'm just going to use my jets to try and get there more quickly, because my Minotaur doesn't move very fast, as you can see. It looks like it's down there. Whatever it is, the salvage container is quite a distance down below. Interesting. I think we're going to have to bring my ship over there once we get through here. So we'll go ahead and do that. And we'll leap into action again. There we go. There we are. Those of you who are watching, just want to say welcome. Glad that you could make it to the live stream and everything. I'm playing No Man's Sky. If you're not shy, go ahead and introduce yourself in the chat. And if you are, don't worry about it. I'm just glad that you're here to be able to watch my live stream. So welcome. This planet is a deserted planet. There's no sign of life on it. This is one of those planets. It's one of the safest planets that I can think of that I can basically search for and and discover salvage and technology. There's no life on here whatsoever, so I don't have to worry about like creatures attacking me or anything like that. In fact, the only thing around here where I could accidentally trigger an encounter are these things called the whispering eggs. And what happens is that if I disturb one of those, it will awaken I don't want to say guardians, but it'll awaken some creatures that will come after you. So usually your best bet is to avoid those. Now, what do those look like? They're purple in color. When you look them up on your scanner, you'll find out they'll show up as red. So let's see. We're almost to the salvage. So let's just go ahead and land here. There we go. Okay, so we're at the salvage container right here, and it looks like it's underground. So I'm going to switch to my manipulator, and I'm going to go ahead and dig into this ground here. There we go. All right. Make sure that I've got it completely dug up, just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch to my mining laser. There we go, got that. So I got some ferrite dust from that, okay. Okay, got that. And I think this is where the technology is located. There we go. Okay, so I got a Vesper cowling. Okay, that's pretty good. I got one item there. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and exit out of my Minotaur, and I'm going to look around. There's where my ship is. Look how far it is from where I am. If I were to just run, it would take me like 5 minutes just to get there from here. So that's quite a distance that I've traversed. So this right here is a rusted metal depot. Okay. I'm looking around to see if I can find those whispering eggs, and I don't see any in this area. There it is. This right here. See, it's a whispering egg. I disturbed one of those, and a whole, I guess you could say, a whole bunch of monsters will spawn and start chasing me all over the place. And the trippy part is if I kill it, if I kill the monsters, they'll keep respawning and coming after me for a little while. Hey Mario, it's good to see you. It says didn't know you played No Man's Sky. Yeah, I do. I do play No Man's Sky and everything. Right now I'm just going around and I'm getting some salvage for my Corvette. Let's see. This is an indium deposit. There we go. There's another one. This is a salvage container right here. There we go. All right. So with that, let me go ahead since there really isn't any monsters around here, I don't think I really need to worry. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to summon my other car, my buggy. So let's go ahead and do that. That's this right here. There we go. Then come over here and take this back like that. Thank you. Hop in the buggy and let's roll. All right, here we go. Yeah, I move a lot faster in this buggy. That's a good thing. The bad thing is that this thing tends to like fall in holes like it's nobody's business. Let me check. Mario says, outside of streaming the game, do you listen to music or something while playing this? Seems like a perfect vibe for some background tunes. The in game, it does have its own music. It's just that I don't have the music turned up because usually when I hang out with other people, they tend to like try to voice chat. And even though I don't voice chat, I still kind of tune in and listen in on the dialogue so that I can at least understand what the group is trying to do and go along with them. So I had to turn the music and the sound effects down. So I hope you can hear the sound effects fine. If you want, I can turn on some of the music a little bit. Let me go ahead and try to do that for you so that you can, let's see, I think it's this right here. Yeah, here we go, audio. See, I got the audio set at 0. So let me go ahead and just set it to about 25%. I'll move this up to about 35, 40%, and move this up to about 35. There we go. Then I'll apply it. There we go. Hopefully you'll be able to hear some of the music. Hopefully I don't fall into a hole over here. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, I like this buggy, man. This buggy's really cool, but initially I had a hard time learning to control it. There we go. Let's see, where are you? I know you're over here someplace. Where's that piece at? Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, switching to manipulator mode. There we go. Okay. We'll switch to the mining beam now. Ferrite dust. Lots of ferrite dust this thing gives us. There we go. More ferrite dust. Then finally you. There we go. Speedbird nacelle rim. So it's a NASA. Okay. Huh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so that's basically how I salvage things. Now, there are planets, other types of planets where you can salvage technology like this for your spaceship or the Corvette. Um, but I've discovered that if it's a place full of Sentinels, it draws lots of attention. And this is actually, and then there are other places where it's like the weather is like massively terrible and just messes with your health and everything else. So this is probably the most peaceful and quiet planet to locate salvage, which is a wonderful planet. I don't know if anybody knows of this or has ever heard of it, but this planet is located in the Budafo system. Well, yeah, this planet is called Budafo, and it is part of the Tanos system. Not that you're ever gonna find it. I mean, No Man's Sky's universe and galaxy is so big. But if you happen to find the Tanos, the I guess you call it the Tunos or the Tanos system, um, if you go to this planet over here, you're going to find a lot of salvage to be able to salvage technology, and you're going to be able to do it in a peaceful fashion where nothing will disturb you. So hopefully you all have your own little spot. So next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and summon my ship. And I think what I'm going to do next, let me see. I have a checklist of things that I wanted to do tonight. So let me see what I got here. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I need to go and visit my settlement. This is a village that I oversee, and I just need to check on things to see how everything is going. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go do that. So get into the ship. Thank you. Save the game. Thank you. Let me check my inventory. Okay, so I got some technology. I got this, and I think I got some other technology along with this other stuff. Okay, let me put some of this. I want to put some of this stuff away too. So let's go over here like this, and I need to keep the chromium. What is this? Ferrite dust. Okay, we could put that away. Silicate powder, we could put that away. I need to keep this other stuff though, and I'll tell you all why later on. Need to keep that. Life support gel. Yeah, I'll keep that there for now as well. Okay, time to head out. So the first thing that we're going to do, let me get upstairs and into my cockpit. We are going to head for a space station so I can go to my settlement. So here we go. Take off. Hopefully at some point I'll be able to go into battle, which would be pretty cool. Here we go. We're taking off into the sky. This game, very relaxing. It's a very relaxing game. Okay, let me get myself set over here. There's a space station that I need to go ahead and do my sublight drive too. There we go. We'll go ahead and dock into that, and then I'll take a gate over to my settlement. Ooh. Okay. All right. Yep. Off the ship. Here we go. And if you all haven't seen my ship, the interior of my ship before, if you didn't see my last live stream, you can watch that video, but I'll go ahead and do a brief tour of the ship as well. Okay, so we made it over here. That was a teleport pad that I took. Okay, here we go. Go to the station. Okay, let's see. We need to go to my settlements. There we go. Outpost 2. Just need to check what's going on over there. Here we go. So in this game, you will get a chance to be able to oversee a settlement. I think that you can actually oversee quite a few settlements, but at this point right now, I only have one settlement that I oversee. And you kind of build them, you know, from the ground up. They start off as not very productive and everything, but then they eventually get very wait a minute, what's that? Uh-oh, we're under attack. Yeah, Sentinels. We're gonna have some combat here, so let me go ahead and let me get the Minotaur here. There we go. All right. Let me switch over to the Minotaur cannon. We got to get over here. I can see the Sentinels are walking around, messing around over here. Now, my Minotaur also has an AI, so I could feasibly do combat, and it would do combat as well on its own. Hello there. But I like to pilot it. Okay, that one's down. All right. Ah, you. Eh, stand still. There we go. There should be one more around here. It's you. Got him. Yay, we did it. And then there's a big celebration that occurs once we take it down. Let me go ahead and grab this. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. That's always a good thing. Okay, so we took down the Sentinels. I'm glad that they're not around. So what we're going to do is we'll go back over here to my little base and talk a little bit about the settlement that I oversee. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This way. There we go. Yeah, my settlement, this started off as a place where I got some kind of distress signal. And so I came down here, landed my ship, and it turned out that this place was under an invasion by the Sentinel robots. So I had to deal with them. And then they offered for me to be the overseer of this place. So I thought, okay, why not? You know? And so what happened was this village or this settlement was very small at first. And so what the citizens kept doing for me was they were offering to build more buildings because it would boost morale, it would boost the productivity of the village and everything, because the village was not very productive and we were in constant debt all the time. So it took a little while, it took a lot of resources to build this place up, but eventually it did get built up, and now there's a thriving community here. And I'll show you what the community looks like. So I go in over here to this terminal. Let's see. And oh, there was an expedition that went out. So let me get a debrief on the expedition that went out. Okay, so it says the citizen expedition has returned safely to the settlement. They set out on a patrol to ward off pirate raids. They are laden with valuable goods and data and wish to share their bounty. So I can either claim the proceeds and I get 183 nanites, or I can donate the proceeds to the settlement in the reserves, and that'll give me 70,854 credits. So I don't need the nanites right now. So I'm going to go ahead and let it go ahead and go to the settlement. And they look pretty happy about it. Yay! So going back over here to the settlement and checking. So this is the outpost. Okay, so right up here, this kind of gives you an overview of what's going on with the settlement. Right now, my settlement is a rank A settlement, and I'm trying to get it to the highest level, which is a rank S. My current population is 88 of 88, so it's maxed. I remember when I first got this settlement, it was only like, I think we were at 33 or 34, and the happiness was like really, really low, but after building all the buildings and everything, the productivity now is up to 923,000 units per day, which I guess is pretty decent and all. But this productivity used to be in the negatives at one point, so these are some of the things that can be produced at my settlement. So I'm going to go ahead and take this because I want to make sure that I give this to some of the Viking and increase my standing with them. And then this ion battery, the ion battery is basically something that's used to power a variety of defensive and hazard protection type systems and everything. So I could use it to fuel stuff, but right now I tend to sell this stuff anyways. So go over here, put this in there, and we are all set. Now these are the settlement features that I have. You know, blessed by the tides, this improves the citizen happiness. Quarantine the explorers, which basically it's cognito hazard containment. Um, it's a containment facility. Professional cybernetician, which increases our productivity. So I've got a few things on here that increases productivity and also deals with the Sentinel alert. So right now the Sentinel alert is down to 23%, but once this thing hits 90%, then I have to come back and I have to deal with a Sentinel invasion. And so these are some of the other features that I also have on here. Okay, we're done. We visited the village. Everything seems to be in order here. I think we're cool. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take off out of here. And we're going to go to my main base. Why? Because that's where I usually start off with stuff. So let's go ahead and head out to the main base. Yeah. The thing that I like about No Man's Sky is that most games you got to think about like leveling up, you know, you got to think about making money. And in this game, you definitely have to do that, you know. But I think one of the things that's really good about No Man's Sky is that you can actually sit back and you can just enjoy the exploration portion, gathering materials, and slowly progressing through the game and everything. In fact, I think the funnest part of the game is, doing different things like combat, but also being able to sit back and relax and gather materials. Maybe I'm thinking about a project like right now, I'm thinking about a project of expanding my base. This was the main building right here, and then I ended up expanding it to this side over here, which was actually helped decorated by my friend Emily or Emmy Lou. And then I set up a patio deck up here because I'm thinking about expanding it farther and possibly constructing more buildings higher, going up more. Oh, there's my ship. So let me go ahead and I'll teleport myself over to the patio. I have this teleportation module that lets me teleport. See, now I'm up on top. This right here is where I came from. I came from this module over here and I teleported up here. So this is what I got. It's a beautiful night. The sun rises on this side over here, roughly to about the southeast. So it rises over here and it goes through the sky, and It basically settles somewhere around here, like near the northwest or something, like right around here. It's instead of a east-west type of rotation, this is kind of more of a south-north rotation. So my days look different. But wow, the sky is beautiful. Everything looks beautiful out here. Look at that planet. That's not a moon, that's a planet. You know, it is straight up peaceful out here. There's another planet over here coming up over the horizon with the rings, a planet with rings on it. You got this gaseous nebula sky right here. This place is really, really beautiful. It doesn't rain out here. It's very peaceful. The animals are not, the animals are docile, so they don't attack you. Some planets, the animals attack you, so you have to be very careful. The only thing that's out here that you have to be careful of is the hazardous, I guess you could say the hazardous plants, like that, for instance. It's called Hazardous Flora. Looks like a big Venus flytrap. So you have to be careful of those because if you run over those, you'll get hurt. You'll take health. Let's see, that's a buried technology module. Gosh, it's just right there. I could go for it, but I'm not going to get it right now. So let me let me go ahead and show you all around real quick. Excuse me. And yeah, let me show you around real quick. This right here, this is, I guess you could say it's a habitat where you can plant stuff and maintain like plants and everything. It's got to be powered by a generator, of course. This is the teleportation module that teleports you down to the module down below. Has to be powered as well. These are the research facilities that I initially built in the beginning of the game. This is my base computer right here. This right here is my weapon person who developed lots of multi-tool weapons for me. And let me go ahead and go through the hallway right here. Yeah, I plan on expanding this place, you know, but I did a little bit of decorating here. And then right over here, I am the Azure Hawk. Right over here is the area that my friend Emmy Lou actually decorated. That's a nice reception area right here. First aid unit, desk over here. And then inside here is a room. And this is very peaceful. I like the way that this room looks. You got a computer unit right here, file cabinet, chairs, a lamp, a few different types of colored lights, a computer console with a kind of like a corner desk. We got this corner sofa and more seats and everything. Very nice place. Nicely decorated. I've hats off to Emmy Lou. Then going back over here, we go to my old bedroom. I haven't done much to it. I did do some things to it, but it nowhere near matches the creativity of my friend. That's for sure. So I moved through here. This is my other hallway. I like windows because I love the view out here. I mean, this place is so beautiful. And so I thought, man, why have a corridor when I can have just something with windows so that I can constantly see out of it? Looks like sunrise is coming too. So I go through here, and then this is where my bedroom is now. And I did a few minor things to it. I made this plant, put this plant here. I made this double-sized bed, and then I got this idea from Emmy Lou. 2 end tables and lanterns on the side, or lamps on the side. And then I have my sofa right here. Now take a look right there. The sun's coming up right over there. Can you see it? That is amazing. Really, really nice. Very nice. Okay, so what's next on the list here? Now that you've all seen my home, let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my ship and I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to do a mission from the mission radar so that you all can see that. Now, if you watched my live stream last week, I did do a mission radar assignment from my ship last time. Actually, I did it from I guess you could say I did it from one of those mercenary stations. So, but I'm going to do it from my ship this time. So all we need to do is beam aboard. Okay, we close the door here. Always close the door. And then always save. Now, before I do the mission, well, I'll do the mission first and then I'll go ahead and show you all around the ship. So this is the main deck right here. This is the main observation lounge with the chair. And here's where I can do the mission. This is the mission radar. So I can either kill 18 monstrosities. Ooh, that'd be intense. I could, oh, it just switched. Okay, Call of the Water. Now, the last time we did this, we did fishing. That's what we did last week. So I'm not going to do the fishing this time because I did it last week. So dirty job, collect. This is animals. That means I got to run around chasing animals. I don't think I want to do that. Protection money. Raid planetary depots. This might put me at a bad standing with with some folks. I don't know if I want to do protection money. Malicious foliage. Eliminate. Well, I love eliminating hazardous flora for sure. And wow, they're willing to give me 400,000, and they're willing to give me a warp hypercore. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I just go in, I initialize the mission, and then I go ahead and start it, like so. Okay. Mission starts in 1 second. Perfect. Okay, reach the death surface of the marked planet to begin your mission. Okay, so we need to get moving. Da-da-da. There we go. And we take off. Okay, so it's right over here. All right, cool. So it'll take about a minute for me to get there. Take a moment and just look at this. Just take a look at it. Look at the way this planet is. It's got its own land masses. The trees are an amazing color. Shades of blue, red, teal. And then also the water. I mean, this place is, I was very lucky to find this planet. Very lucky. And I was looking for a planet that had kind of like this habitat where it was a friendly habitat and that it had resources and everything. I don't know how. I know I'm going to be hunting quite a few of these things. So now I wonder if it'll let me mine them or if I have to shoot them with my gun. We'll see soon enough as we get closer. Here we go. Just moving right along. Be there. I'll be at the location in about 16 seconds. See, there are a number of things. There's a combination of things that you can do. Okay, here we go. We're here. All right. So let's go ahead and let's land the ship. Okay. Exiting the ship. Here we go. Here we go. I don't have to worry about bad weather. That's for sure. Destination reached. Okay. So, look around for bad foliage. What's that there? Oh. Oh, okay. Let's move. There's one already. Ain't that something, huh? All right. Okay, that's one. All right. Next. Got it. Oh, it's you. Boy, this is some easy money. Okay. Oh, it's ahead. 82. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, let's go. It's directly ahead. There we go. Found it. Alrighty. See, I could do this and I could also do other things at the same time. What's up, big man? Hey, a big Venus flytrap, man. That is like nuts. Okay, over here. There we go. This is usually fun to do with friends. And there's a myriad of things that you can do with friends on here. There are other types of missions on here too, like hunting pirates and everything as well. There we go. There we are. Hello. Got him. Okay. Ah, there we are. The good news is that this Flora is not mobile, so could take them out from a distance if we want to. All right. It must detect that, so let's go ahead and deal with him too. Okay, what's next? What in the world is that? Oh, that's not good. Head back to the ship. That thing will harm me. Move, man, move. Yeah, we gotta wait for that thing to go down. Yeah, if that thing comes in my direction, it will definitely hurt me. Okay, whatever it is, it's that way. All right, let's go. You know what? Let's play it safe. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bring out the car. Yep, the car will be safe. Let's see. That. This one right here. There we go. Now let's move over here real quick. Grab this. And this thing is west. Due west. West it is. Let's go up the hill. Climb, baby, climb. Come on. Up. Okay, let's go to exit out and see where this thing is located now. This way? Oh, it's that. You. Okay, we can deal with you. You're not that far away. Okay. Oh, you. All right. You're a gas thing. Okay. Whoa. See, he hit me. You damaged me, huh? There we go. Okay, next. There we go. Be careful. Huh. How far are you? 49. All right, let's take the buggy. We're going to take the buggy on over. Let's go. Come on. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Come on, let's get out of here. Foil wheel it out of here. Come on. Come on. There we are. Sometimes you have to four-wheel. All right, stop. Where are we? Which one is it? You? I think it's one of you guys over here. Straight ahead, huh? All right. Wow. Oh, he nailed me there. There we go. Next. Back that way, huh? All right, fine, we'll go. Okay. Strange place to be finding these things, but yeah, they're pretty well grouped. There we go. All right. Let's see, 13 U. Okay. There we go. A little more to go. Okay, perfect. Almost there. Almost there. Okay, next. Huh, this one looks like it's pretty far away. Okay, let's summon the craft. Get in. Oh, please don't tumble. Ah, it must be you. Okay, there we go. There we are, 18. Ah, there we go. There's number 19 right there. Lucky number 19, and then... Ah, okay. Whoa, he's right there. Ouch. See, I knew he was gonna bite me there. There we go. One more left. There we are. Last one. Hit him from long range. Got him. Okay. Mission success. Claim your rewards at the mission radar. All right, let's go back to the ship. Okay. Now, where is the ship? That way. All right, let's roll. Let's hope I can get through this here. You know what? We'll just take this part right here. Oh! Oh no! Oh, we fell into a hole. Get out of the... All right, let's get out of this. Okay. There we go. Jetpack now. There we are. That was crazy. Let's get it this and before resummon the car. Okay, here we go. Let's resummon the car. That was funny. All right, here we go. Back to the ship. Oh, hey. Here we go. One of those knowledge things. Let me go ahead and get that. This is where a knowledge stone is where I get to learn languages of the different races here. So like right here, I'm learning the Viking word for enzyme. Okay. Let's go ahead and claim our reward here. Whoa, hello, fellas. Sorry. Let me get away from you there. Didn't mean to run you over like that. All right. To the ship. There we are. So once I finish that, I just go back over here to the mission radar and I collect my reward. Just like that. Okay. Complete the mission. Ta-da! There we go. I got my hyper warp. My standing with a Viking has gone up. And I get money. And money is always good to have. Believe me. Money is always good to have. Okay. Gonna save right here. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and show you all around the ship, just so that you all can see what the ship is about. Um, Close the door for privacy. So this is the main deck right here. This right here is a save pod where a save point. This is for me and also for when I play online with people. We always want to save our progress. So I put this here, this save point here, so that every time we complete a mission together, when I'm online with friends, we can all save our progress right here. So that's the first thing everybody does. Right over here to the left, this is our first aid. So sometimes we end up getting hurt and we take some hits and different things like that. The moment they get on the ship, they can hit the first aid kit and they can heal themselves. Over here off to the right side, this is where I have my refiner unit. This is where I can refine materials and make them into other types of materials. Here's an example. So I got 3 different inputs here for my refinery, for my refiner unit. And let's say I want to refine something. So I have natural materials here that I can do refining with. So let me see, what's a good example? Like for example, I have some carbon here. So I can take carbon, and it's an unrefined element, and I can put it right here. And what it will do is it will take the carbon, and once I hit the refiner unit, it will convert it to what they call condensed carbon. And that is condensed carbon is an element or a material or resource that can be used to upgrade things and also to build things. So to go ahead and hit the refining, I just hit begin and it does it for me. And there we go. And once it's done, I have the choice of putting it either in my exosuit, my starship storage inside the roamer, or on my one of my big ships, the freighter, or I could throw it straight into a container. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it in my exosuit. There we go. And so that's how you refine items on here. You have to and there's different combinations and different recipes on how to refine items to turn them into bigger things or greater things. And the reason why you want to refine items is because this thing right here, like an ion battery, just starts off it's not an ion battery. You have to take certain elements and resources, refine them, and then construct them together. And then you can eventually craft an ion battery. So you have to be able to know what it is that you need. Like if I wanted to construct an ion battery, all I have to do is press A, not A, is to read this right here where it says craft more, and it tells me that I need at least 5 ferret dust to craft an ion battery. Now there are other things that I need besides ferrite dust. I also have to have a certain supply of another element called cobalt. If I don't have the cobalt, then I have to go searching for it in order to complete this ion battery, crafting this ion battery. And cobalt is located in different places on different planets. They could be they could be resources that you can pull off the ground, or they could be inside mineral caverns, like they're part of the minerals in the cavern and you can mine for it that way. Or there are, I guess you could call them, I don't know what you call them. I don't want to say a resource, but it is like cobalt can be piled or stacked in a specific area. And what you can do is you can mine it with your manipulator gun on your multi-tool. I'll show you more about the multi-tool in a quick moment, but we're going to go ahead and continue the tour of the ship. I still have to decide what I'm going to put over here on this wall and over here. So this is just extra space. I decided to put this green wall light on here because green's a cool color. And then right over here is the starboard observation platform. And on the right hand side, this is called the nutrient processor. Just like when you want to refine elements and materials into better elements that you can use to craft things, the nutrient processor does the same thing with food. So what you do, it looks exactly the same. but you can take food elements and you can use them to craft even better things, even more. Um, yeah, I guess you could say, and this is consumables. You can use it to help recharge your hazard protection, your health, your immunity to frost and cold, your immunity to heat. You can use it to build up your suit in different ways. So it has lots of use. I think the main thing that I can use it for is if I craft some good quality stuff, I can also sell it and I can sell it for money. So, for example, here's a sweet root. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to put it inside the nutrient processor. And what the sweet root does is that once the processor finishes refining it or going through the cooking process, it will give me what they call processed sugar, sugar cubes. So my 18 sweet roots will be crafted into 18 sugar into 18 process units of processed sugar. So I'll go ahead and begin that. And of course, it takes a certain amount of time for it to go ahead and process. Now, you can just leave it in here and go about your business and then come back for it later. But I'm going to go ahead and let everybody see that this is how it works. This is how you can get nutrients and you can create recipes. I haven't done a whole lot of recipes. I have to figure out some, but I was thinking of looking online to see what kind of recipes can be developed from this so that I can make great quality food that I could either consume or that I could sell for money. Huh. And then after it's done, like so, then I go ahead and take it out and then I just put it inside my exosuit. And as you can see, I now have 53 because I started working with this. I now have 53 cubes of sugar or units, 53 units of processed sugar, which is an edible product. What does it do? Well, what it does is that if I consume it, 20% of my life support power or my life support will be restored. So if I'm on a planet where the air is like there is no air, then I end up using life support within my suit, my exosuit. And so my life support power will start to go down over time. Well, what can I do? I can take these sugar cubes and I can consume them, and it will replenish my life support, my oxygen power. So they're very useful. Or I could sell them. And right now, the current value for all of my processed sugar, all 53 units, is 84,800 units. So it's pretty good money as well. There we go. So once we get out of the starboard observation, we are now on the main section of the ship, and this is the main observation deck right here, where you can look out. It's the center of the ship on the lower level, and this is where the mission radar is, where I can do my missions. Now, if I go in on this side, this is the port side observation deck, where you can sit down. You can sit down and watch what's going on through the window. And then back here are my storage containers. These are the two primary containers that I use to store materials and resources. And then over here, I store, I guess you could say, stuff that I find. Like this is where I would store my Corvette technology parts. I would store it in this container, and then when I get to a base, I take the stuff out of this container and put it on my person, and then I go over to the main Corvette storage unit and I move the stuff in there, and then I can use them to decorate my ship. But these are the storage containers. This is a section of the storage containers, and then we head up over here, and this is the flight deck. So right over here, coming up to the second level, you'll notice that there's stairs that lead up to the personal quarters. Right over here, this is what I call a conference lounge, where we can sit and plan. So whenever if I ever have visitors and I'm playing with people, sometimes there's about four of us that can play together. Sometimes we want to do different things. People want to do different things. So we can split into two groups and we can complete different missions off on our own. So we could do four different missions together, or we can split into two different groups. Two of us can do one mission, two of us can do another mission, you know. But this is an area where we can sit back, relax, and also discuss and plan what our next steps are going to be. Then right over here, this is the main observation deck on the second level, and this is the cockpit where I sit to pilot. Then right up here is the third level of the ship. This is my personal quarters, and as you can see, I have my sleeping quarters my sleeping area right here. And then this is a display so that when I get up, I can look and see what's going on with the ship if anything's going on. And then right over here is kind of like a main observation deck where I could see out to the left side, the port side, the starboard side, and the fore side, I guess you could say. And this is also kind of like where I sit back and think and plot and think about what I'm going to do next. I have a computer unit here. I have a seat right here. I was thinking about putting another table, and I kind of wanted to turn this into an office, and I may turn it into an office, but what I need to do is I need to expand the habitat first. I have to expand this room in order for me to make it into an office, and that's for future planning when I design, when I begin to expand and upgrade my ship. So right down here, we go back down. I'm going to go ahead and head over here to the cockpit, and let me check to see what it was that I'm going to do next. I had something else on my itinerary that I wanted to do, so I did that. Let's see. Oh, how to mine resources. I already showed how to make food and sell. Okay, so we're going to show you how I can mine different types of resources, but I want to go to a different planet. So let's take off from here and let's move out. Well, maybe not take off from here, but let's go to a different section. Because what I want to do is I want to... What's that over there? Is that my base? I guess that's my base. I want to go to a different area where I can find mining resources. So here's what we're going to do. This looks like a good area to land. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and land the ship right here in this clearing. Easy, easy. There we go. It's a beautiful night in the neighborhood here. Oh man, there's hazardous flora over here. Okay, that's all right though. Okay, get out of that. Let's go ahead and head downward into the main deck. Okay, the doors are already open. We're good. Okay, no hazardous flora around. So let's go down and out. Okay. So what I want to do, first thing I want to, ooh, my roamer is way over there on that side, 10 minutes away. So first thing I want to do is I want to look around and find a mining resource. So this is a deposit right here, a place that I can mine. So I don't have a need for paraffinium right now. So I'm not going to go ahead and go there. But I want something. What's that there? Oh, vigilant stone. I could do another battle here. Okay, I will do that in a moment. What's this? Cobalt. Now I need that. So what I'm going to do, mark the cobalt deposit. Pretty far away, about 368 units away. And I am going to go ahead, I'm going to summon, introducing, I'm going to summon the Minotaur. But before I can do that, let me go ahead and get out the exocraft summoning thing. Hello. I just need to put it in a spot just so that I can summon it. Okay, there we go. Summon the Minotaur right here. Like so. Perfect. Okay, then pick this up. Here we go. All right, board the Minotaur. Okay, we're gonna head on over to this area because I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. I'm gonna mine this by using a machine that I created, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go after those fossils, those dinosaur fossils, and I'll probably end up getting into a fight. So you'll be able to see that. You don't destroy the environment, Yenwei. I know, I know. But I like to destroy things. Take another minute, 34 seconds. Let's just leap into the action. There we go. Okay, almost there. Okay, here's the cobalt deposit. You see it right here? This is perfect. Okay, let me look around and make sure that there isn't any hazardous flora around before I get out. Okay, so take it out of here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to this resource deposit, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create this right here. This is my autonomous mining unit. So I put it right here, just like so. Plant it. Perfect. Okay. Then I go into it and I fuel it right here. There we go. And it does the mining for me. So what will happen is that when I return, there'll be some cobalt in here. And so I don't know how many units I can mine up to, but I'm just going to let this guy do this. And I'm going to save my progress. So two ways to save my progress. I can either, number one, go back to my ship, but my ship is way over here. I don't want to have to go all the way back there. And if I do go back to my ship, I might forget where this is and I might end up getting lost. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to create my save beacon. And this will be marked on my radar. So I'll always be able to find my way back here because it will show up on my radar. So, and I save my progress right there. See that? Awesome. So now we're going to go ahead. I'm going to look for those dinosaur bones. I know that they were around here somewhere. So I want to find those. Nope, nope. See if I can find it. If I could find those, that would be perfect. Yeah, we know you're the miner, the 49er. Let's see. No, no. Yeah, that's the icon to show my safe thing. Okay. Let me move over here real quick and see if I can find. Nope. Where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. I just saw it. I might be out of range. Let's see. That's a buried technology module. I'm not looking for buried technology. I really want to do some fighting. Because I know the viewers are going to get bored. Okay, let's go ahead. We're going to board the Minotaur. We're going to head out. Let's see if I can find this. Find these these fossils. You know what? I don't like hazardous flora, so I'm going to keep moving. Anything in my path, I'm going to just destroy. Because I'm totally not into hazardous flora. There we go. There's a knowledge stone right there. I could go ahead and check that out. Once I get out, I'll go ahead and do another scan to see if I can find that those fossils. I know they can't be that far. There we go. The Viking word for breach. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's look around. Where are you? Where are you, little guys? Hmm? Nope, nope. Some cute animals over there. There it is, right there near the impulse beans. A vigilant stone. That's what I'm looking for. Perfect. All right, let's head out. We're gonna have some combat. This might be a little bit tough. I might take some massive damage here. I gotta be careful. I'm gonna switch to my fire. Let's go ahead and let's recharge my cannon. There we go. All right, we're heading on over. Hi everyone. Thank you for coming out and watching the live stream. I'm playing No Man's Sky. Right now I'm on my planet and I'm getting ready to go over and I'm going to pull up and dig up some fossils. Once I dig up the fossils and take them, I can use them to basically construct a skeleton, a fossil skeleton. And I could either sell it or I could give it to some of my friends or I could put it out on display. So if I'm ever in need of money, there are many different ways that I can like make some money, make some fast money as well. Okay, we're almost there. Found it. Okay, here's the destination. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move out of the way over here for a sec and then exit out. Look at these guys. Let me go ahead and get rid of that hazardous plant. I don't like hazardous flora. Really, I don't. Okay, okay. And okay, terrain manipulator. Okay, you see that? Now, once I disturb this eye, what's going to come out is going to be a very angry, I don't know. It could be a sentinel. It could be a guardian. I don't know what it's going to be, but I want to make sure I jump into my Minotaur because it's going to get ugly. Okay, here we go. Ready? Go. There we go. Oh, somebody's here. All right. Oh my gosh, what is that? Is that a... I don't know what that is, but that does not look good. Okay. Whew, that was close. I beat it. Although, there must be something else around here. What is it? There is. What is it? Ah, there is. It's you. Got him. Okay, anybody else? Anyone else want some? Okay, I guess not. Okay, now it's safe to dig up the fossils. Now the fossils are right here. They're all the yellow ones. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to my terrain manipulator. And I'm going to go ahead and dig them up. There we go. See? Ancient bones. I just pull them up. Perfect so far. Okay, ancient bones. Pull that up. Okay. Okay, those are some legs. Okay, and these bones. What is it? A head. It's a gnarled rodent skull. What's a gnarled rodent skull? I don't know, but it is. There's another one right here. Pull that one up. A mace-like tail. Okay. And that's it. That's everything. Okay. Now, I don't generally like to leave a bunch of holes in the ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my terrain manipulator to restore and just start restoring this ground. There we go. Got to make sure that I take care of their environment. You know what I mean? Taking care of the environment is a good thing. Is that everything? Yep, that's everything. Okay, I don't think that's needs restoring. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to switch back to my mining laser. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to check on the progress of my my mining unit. Now, where is it? See, I would be totally lost because I wouldn't know where it was. But if I look up on the top of my radar where my direction is, you see the little star up there? Well, no, of course you can't see it, but if you look in the sky on the very top of my screen, on the right side of, you see like an icon, that's my ship. And then just to the left of it is a smaller icon, that's a star. That's my save beacon. So now I have a general direction as to where my beacon is. And so now I just have to head over there. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go over there in style. How am I going to go in style? Well, very simple. I'm going to use one of my pets. So, and this specific pet is called Lucy Lucy. And she is a flying fish. Let me pat her real quick. I want to make sure she feels loved. I want to feed her. And then we're going to ride. And all right, we're flying in the air. See, there's Lucy right there. We're flying. We're flying. There we go. What I like about this is that I can do this in very good weather and I don't have to worry about like environmental damage to my suit or to myself. But the other thing I like about Lucy Lucy is that Lucy keeps me out of danger. See all these little hazardous flora? I can just fly above them and not have to worry about them. Very convenient. Thank you, Lucy, for helping me out here. I found Lucy on this planet, and the interesting thing about this planet that Lucy was on, um, it didn't have water. I think she was a flying goldfish out of water. Like, really? Okay, we are close by. Let's see. Let me turn around because I think I passed it. Where are you? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Ah, see, there's my mining unit right there. See? Hooray, we made it. And to get down, I just have to use my jetpack and down we go. And I just land. And then Lucy's right up there, so I can tell Lucy to go. I can gently pat her, ride her again, give her a treat, or I can induce an egg. I don't want to induce any eggs, but I don't want Lucy to be wandering around all by her lonesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dismiss her. There we go. Bye bye. All right. So now I can save my progress like so. Perfect. And let me check to see what my mining unit has done so far. So far, it's mined 45 units of cobalt out of 250. That is good. That is real good. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to take that cobalt and I'm going to put it in. Um, for now, I think I'm going to go ahead and put it in my starship. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and leave this here and let it do its work. I'm going to save over here, keep my save beacon, and I'm going to go ahead and look around and see what else there is. There's a knowledge stone down there about 134 units away. I could do that. There's another deposit of paraffinium that I don't need yet. Another, oh, another cobalt deposit. That's useful. Now I can mine cobalt myself. I don't necessarily need to use the mining unit. I can use it. I can mine cobalt too using my terrain manipulator. So maybe I should go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to call Lucy. Lucy! And me and you, Lucy, we're going to go take a ride over to this cobalt deposit. Ready? Here we go. There we go. All right, we're flying in the right direction here. Let's go, girl. One thing's for sure, she's not a very fast flying animal, but she suits the purpose. And like I said, she keeps me away from hazardous flora. So I can't complain. And I definitely won't complain. If any of you out there decide you want to get No Man's Sky, like if you think this game is interesting and there's all kinds of different things you can do. You can make your own bases and everything. You can construct bases with friends. And then you and your friends can go ahead and you can decorate the base together. You know, it's there's a number of things that you can do together. You can do you can go on missions together where you're taking down pirates. Um, you can go about and explore and warp from system to system. And sometimes when you warp from system to system, certain situations can occur, especially with the pirates. The pirates tend to attack like a lot, and they'll attack different fleets. And sometimes they have what they call these big gargantuan ships called dreadnoughts, and they're attacking civilian ships. And so when you discover that and you're in the middle of an attack, you could actually go in and you can combat the pirates and you can destroy the dreadnoughts. So it's a fun little. There's all kinds of little things that you can do. It's pretty fun. I highly recommend that if you like space exploration, where you can go your own pace and you can hang out with friends that play with you, and you like doing things like crafting things and decorating places and making bases, you can make a base underground inside the water. You can do an underwater base. And those look really cool because I have an underwater base that I may show sometime, but not right now. And the underwater base looks like an aquarium. It's really, really cool. Okay, well, check this out. My cobalt deposit is right here in the water. Okay, so I guess I'm going to go into the water. Hooray. Let's do it. There it is. Splash. I'm in the water. Okay, and here is it. Here it is right here. So all I have to do is switch to my terrain manipulator for mining and have it set to mine. And I can go ahead and I can mine at the same time. So while my manipulator is doing its thing, while my automated miner is doing its thing back in the woods over there, I can go ahead and I can also do it on my own too, which is really, really cool. Yeah, my inventory is full, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. The only thing that it's full of is because it's telling me because there are things called silicone dust. Yeah, silicate powder, and that's why it won't let me store because my inventory is full. I don't need silicate powder. I got plenty of it. I am more concerned about the cobalt. Yes, I know. This way is faster, but the other way is more efficient. You get more. The mining the mining machine really gets the most out of most cobalt. It's very, very efficient. Excuse me, fishies. There we go. Okay, let's get on out of here. Where are you? Where are you? Is she around? Is she flying? I don't know. Where'd she go? Where are you? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get to shore. Use the booster. There we go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and recall her. Where are you, home girl? Mining beam. Okay. Let's see if I can recall her. There you go. Come on, Lucy. There we go. Let's. Okay. Take me away. Okay, we're gonna fly back to where my automated miner is. My automated mining machine. Yes, time to run, Lucy. Now, I know you are probably saying, "Man, he just does short. It's not even tough. He makes short work of the enemy." Yeah, well, the reason why is because I've upgraded my weapons a lot, and I've upgraded my weapons even like when I'm flying in my ship. I destroy the enemy quite quickly because my weapons are upgraded. When you start first doing this, the enemies can be kind of challenging, so, you know, you, but once your weapons are like maxed or really supercharged or upgraded, then yeah, the enemies don't pose too much of a problem. I'm hoping that my next live stream, I'll be able to play with some friends. I'm going to see if I can do a collaboration for the next live stream. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully you'll like it. Let's go. Come on, hurry up. This is pleasant. You know, all you viewers out there are probably like, this is boring. He's just flying around on a fish for crying out loud. Can't you do something more? Yep, next time we'll go to other planets, we'll do more mining, and we'll do different things together. So stay tuned. Let's go. Ah, it's nighttime. These creatures right here come out only at night, and they're all docile on this planet. I don't have any aggressive creatures on this planet, which is really cool. One of the things that I do encourage you to do, unless you're super adventurous or something, is I encourage you that if you are going to build some kind of base, number one, you want to make sure that it's environment friendly so that you're not out there taking damage all the time. You know what I mean? So that's the first thing. The other thing is that you also want to make sure that the creatures there aren't like, aggressive. You know, some of the animals in this game can be extremely aggressive, and they'll always be hunting you and attacking you. And so the only way that you can deal with them is that you either have to kill them, or you have to flee from them and hide in your base. So you might want to choose, a place where there's not too much, you know, not too much animals that are aggressive. And then also the final thing, and this is another recommendation that I have, is I highly recommend that you choose a planet that doesn't have much sentinel activity. Sentinels, they get like overly curious about everything. And sometimes if you do something in front of them that can rile them up, and they'll just start attacking you, and then you're going to have to deal with waves and waves of sentinels. But if you like combat and you like that kind of stuff, then by all means you should do that. You know, some people like the combat and they like to consistently be into it because it's action packed, and it can be action packed if that's the kind of ew, who did that? The monster took a dump. Search the dung sample. Ooh. All right, we'll search the dung fest. That's the only way you could get facium. There's an artificial way of getting facium, but if you don't know how to do the artificial way, the only way you can get facium is if you follow monsters around and they take a dump. That is so gross. But hey, okay, let's go ahead and let me check the manipulator, and then after that, the mining unit, and then after that, I'm going to go ahead and end out the live stream. Here we go. There we go. Okay, save the game right here. Perfect. So yeah, this game, No Man's Sky, is a game. Honestly, it's a game. It's what you make of it. If you're the type that likes to just do things, you know, do peaceful things, and you like to just create stuff and you like to explore, that's the game it will be for you if you want to go in that direction. If you're the type that likes to do a lot of combat and you might want to become a wanted person and an outlaw, you can do that too, and you'll get hunted a lot. And if that's what you thrive off of, you like the combat, you like being chased, you like taking risks, then that's what the game will do for you too. You can go either way. The game will be whatever it is that you want it to be. You're in control of what you do. So with that, you know, I hope that you all do decide to get No Man's Sky. I would love to do multiplayer with you at some point. I have this on Steam. I have this game on Steam, but I also have it on Switch too. And I have cross save, so I can play it on Switch too whenever I'm out, or I can play it on Steam whenever I'm at home. So I think I better go ahead and close this out. I want to thank everybody for just being able to come out and just to be able to watch me play this game. If you have any questions, definitely send me a question in the comment. Also, please like the video if you enjoyed the content, and subscribe to my channel if you want to be part of my community. I have a Discord. This is what my Discord is right here. Yenwei #4133. If you want to friend me, and we can schedule some time to chat and also play games together, we can do that. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and close out. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Muriel for jumping out and just observing and watching and everything, and for everyone else. And if you are watching this as a recorded video, thank you for watching with me. And the invitation is also extended to you if you want to be able to play. Okay? So that's it. Have a good one, everyone. Take care. Bye now.